Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm Mechanic Major, and this video is in regards to booster flags, what are they, and how to most effectively use them. So here we have HMS Nelson stepping in, showing booster flags on the ship, and what we'll do is we'll just go through them and just explain what they are, and then have a look at some game end menus and just see how the booster flags affect the overall end scores. Well, what you get really at the end of it, but it doesn't affect your actual place in the game. So, HMS Nelson, very fitting. So first of all, we have ship XP boosters. Basically, in a game you earn a certain amount of ship XP, and this therefore adds an additional amount. So starting at the base, you have common boosters, only give you plus 25%. Now you can convert 4 of the common booster to make a rare booster, and the rare booster will give you plus 50%, and then you can convert 3 rare boosters to get an epic booster, which will then give you plus 100% when equipped. Now one thing to note is that with these flags, once they're equipped, when you go into a game they're consumed, so therefore the number will decrease, and at the end of the game your ship will still have it'll basically load up the next flag almost. So if I went into a game with a common booster and played the game, the number would go down, and then after the game the common booster would still be, if there's another one in my inventory, it would then apply it. Now the next one we have is Commander XP Booster. So Commander XP Booster obviously just increases the amount of Commander XP that you gain in a game. So you have the common at plus 50, the rare at plus 100, and then the epic at plus 200. So pretty much exactly the same as the Ship XP Booster, just slightly different values. As you may notice, I kind of hoard these up. I'll explain why later. So, and as per we saw, you can convert them to get the more epic or rare one as you go along. Now we have general expertise booster. Basically this just does your global XP, which is your green at the top, that one. So this helps you then earn that kind of boost stuff, and then so you got your epic at plus 400, your rare at plus 200, and your common at plus 100. So pretty normal stuff really there, and again you can convert them to get better. Now we have the credit booster, which obviously improves the amount of credits that you get at the end of the score. Now I find these useful to obviously try and offset some of the ship costs or the entry costs into games, such as tier 6 and up. That's why I have loads of them. Now if you have lots of them, you can always then use them to grind. I'm a bit stingy though, I kind of hold off, and I usually use, say, the rare credit boosters at tier 7 and the common credit boosters at tier 6. However, there's nothing really to stop you using them whenever. Last but not least, we have the battle booster. Now the battle booster varies between each one in a slightly different way, and what the battle booster does is it gives bonuses to your ship. So rather than it giving bonuses to like your end score in regards to ship XP or global XP or commander XP or credits, this actually is an in-game boost or benefit. So we have the common booster, which gives you plus 3% speed. Now of course we can convert them if we have them, or we can just earn them as we go along. Now there's your rare one. Now this gives you a plus 3% speed and a minus 5% time on consumables. So that just means that, say, smoke screens, sonar, spotter aircraft, radar, it's all just going to reload quicker. Now you may notice I have none of these. The reason being is I usually convert all the rare ones up. Now epic boosters, battle boosters, so that gives you plus 3% range on your main guns, plus 3% movement speed, and minus 5% time of consumables, or reload of consumables. So again, it's exactly the same as the rare one, but now you're getting the plus 3% main range to your gun battery. Now maybe my logic's flawed, but usually I'll try and apply a common booster regardless of what game I do, and then I usually convert my rare boosters into epic boosters, The reason being is I like to use the epic boosters when it's kind of really needed. So I use it quite a lot in ranked just to really buff everything up, whereas I use my common ones for most standard games. Now, I do try to limit myself to about 1100, so once I get to in excess of that, I usually will convert some over, as I'm doing here, just to show how the conversion works. And of course, once you've got those, I then convert them up just to show. So that's the booster flags. Now they can be equipped by either going into the ship options upgrades and then going over to the loadout, and then you can go down to it, or the other way that I much prefer is you just move up to the ammunition consumables and then you can access it from there. So that's a little bit of what they are, as in like in your port and how they work. But then let's see how that affects your end economy at the end of the game. So I've just played a couple of games. So we'll start off with this one here. So on this one, I only had... I don't think I had any. So this is just an example of a game where you have the 1.5 multiplier for the first win of the game, or first win in that ship for the day, I should say. So this just shows that what we have is, so starting over on the left for the credits, so we have how much you've earned in the ship. Then you have the additional amount for having a premium account. If you don't have a premium account, then what it will show is what you could have gained if you had a premium account. And then you have your expenses, which is your ship service costs. It's basically like your entry fee for going into a game. As the tiers go up, the entry fee gets higher. Tier 5 is quite a nice level because the entry fee is quite low, but from tier 6 upwards the entry fee can be quite high, so that's something to bear in mind. So usually what you'll find is most people will sit around tier 5 and tier 6 and probably only play tier 7 occasionally, or at least that's for myself, I should say. Really, it may vary between person to person. And then we have the ship XP, which is the next column. So this is basically tells you how much XP you earned in the game. Now the XP that you earned in the game is reflected as the XP that you've earned on the table at the end. So you can see that even though here it's saying I've got 4,000, it's actually looking at the base, the earned in battle, which is the 1,798. And then you have what you would have gained from having a premium bonus, basically a premium count. Then you have your daily win, so that's your plus, that's your 1.5 multiplier for your first win in that ship in the day, and therefore that then totals up. Now, things that we can draw across from this is when we move over to the global XP, when we see that the amount of global XP earned is relatable to the amount of ship XP earned, 5%. Then you have plus the bonus from the having a premium account. And the same with the commander XP, the last column. So we have 100% of ship XP earned, so that is directly comparable to the earned in battle. And that's the same with the the global XP, so that's directly compared to that first value, that 1,798. Then we have plus from premium, and then we have ship modifiers. And then what you see is the amount that you've gained from ship modifiers is reflected as the 1.5 multiplier for your first daily win bonus in this ship. So that's then showing that the amount of modified commander XP is related to your ship XP, and as you can see, the amount of commander XP totaled at the end there is the same as with as the ship XP. So that's just a no booster game. Now let's go to a game where only the ship XP booster was applied, and this is a defeat, so we know there's no 1.5 multiplier. So here we're pretty much seeing exactly the same. We're seeing that the amount of ship XP, global XP and commander XP is all relatable to each other in exactly the same way, and the same as the modifiers on the commander XP is related to the amount that you've earned through modifiers on your ship XP. So this is just a really basic game, just showing if you just apply a ship XP booster, you will increase the amount of ship XP and the amount of commander XP that you earn. Now going to a game where it's a first win in the Exeter, and also I've got all the bells and whistles out and I've got all the flags on. So now here you see that the commander XP is massively related to the ship XP. So the commander XP has gained through having its own booster flag, which gave a plus 100% boost, but then also gained from the ship XP modifiers, and the ship XP modifiers was a ship XP booster flag and the first win in the ship. So that means it's really buffed up the amount of commander XP I've earned. So that means if you want to earn a lot of commander XP, what you probably want to be doing is putting on a ship XP booster, going for a 1.5 multiplier, and applying a commander XP booster. Then that way you're really maximising how much commander XP that you're getting. And just to show, here's another game in the Exeter. So this is a win but without the 1.5 multiplier, and so you can see that the commander XP is boosted by that. Now I think they might have changed it, because if I recall, I remember the global XP used to be related to boosters from the ship XP, but maybe I was wrong. So it's just commander XP now that's related to the amount of ship XP. So if you want to grind out commander XP, you want to be doing commander XP and ship XP flags. If you want to be grinding out global XP, then probably just a global XP flag would be sufficient. Now for credits, God knows how they calculate that. I would love to know one day. I'm sure maybe someone's got a document, or maybe there might be a video out there somewhere, but I haven't seen anything myself. Well, that was just a quick look at booster flags on our ships. I hope that you've enjoyed them. Back to Nelson, where I've unapplied them, of course. Wow. Let's just quickly stick them back on. So ship XP, and then if you're grinding out commander XP, you can do that. So those two, if you're working on commander XP, always go hand in hand. Global XP basically works on its own, so it's not really affected by any other flags. Credit XP does credits, not really affected by any other flags, and then battle booster. And there we go. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Any questions, comment below. I'm the Galloping Major, and back to the port.